So it's conker season and we are going to be making laundry soap. There are cosmeceutical purposes and we have some special horse chestnut extract coming from cosmetics. We've got a whole row of trees to explore and see if anything's fallen on the ground. Cool is this? Hi, welcome to my poison garden series. I have been studying the horse chestnut lately, and there have been quite a few really interesting, really fun things that I've learned about horse chestnuts. And right now it's conker season, which I thought would be a really fun time to do some of these things because that's when the fruit of the tree is available. However, I also discovered that year-round the leaves can be used for their saponins, and because they're rich in saponins. Now, what are saponins? Saponins are basically soap. It's also rich in a lot of other things, not edible. Please do not eat these. They are absolutely not edible, but topically and historically they have been used as a type of soap. Now, in this little container here, I took a dried leaf and just to see if there would be any saponins left when the leaves were dry, because I thought it would be really fun. It's not very slippery at all. But we'll take this rich fresh leaf, and we have a few green ones still around. Let me show you what happens when you get this little doohickey wet. Now I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm going to make a bit of a mess, and that's okay. I'm just gonna put a little bowl underneath me so I can catch this, because this is the coolest thing that I've ever seen in a long time. All right, so if you're out in the bush and you need to wash your hands, I mean, you can find soap berries, or you can take chestnut branches and add a little water, just a little bit of water. And it starts to make a rich, thick soap. This is just awesome, guys. Check that soap. Look at that soap. Look at that soap. So it doesn't, unfortunately, doesn't happen. Whatever it is, dissipates when you when the flower dries. Like, the saponins become less active. But I've been told that the fruit, and I have recipes for using the fruit. This is just cool. It is so slippery and so awesome. Like, you can make your own little liquid soap with a single leaf. I mean, look at that. Look at all the soap I'm getting out of that. Out of that one little leaf. Now, it's definitely not something that you'll want to ingest. It does have cosmeceutical value as well as therapeutic value, but leave that for the people who know what they're doing. I have come across a couple of recipes for tinctures and extracts, but I'll only be using them externally because there are some very, look at those bubbles. Isn't that the coolest thing ever? It is used for the treatment of varicose veins. It does, however, thin the blood. So, like warfarin, it's something that needs to be monitored with a doctor's supervision, externally or internally. If you have any problems with blood clotting or anything like that, maybe steer clear from it, or use it in moderation or with gloves like I'm doing right here. But check out my liquid soap, guys. That's just awesome. Natural soap. I thought the soap berries from India were cool. We have our own soap berries right here in North America. It's called the horse chestnut. And no, they're not edible. Do never eat the raw. But once it's cooked, it does nullify some of those poisons. But I thought it was really interesting because I came across several different recipes. And see, I just don't get the same from the dry leaf. And this is, you know, the dry leaf. And you can even tell the difference. The green leaf, there's something in it that's just super cool. All right, so I told you I was making a mess, right? We are, and this stuff is not something that you need to be, you know, drinking. This is not something to make tea with, for example. So this is what it looks like. Here's one variety that we have locally. Here's another variety. So I came across this recipe that said take 20 horse chestnuts and chop them up, blitz them, and add like 500 mils of vodka and put it in a dark place for 10 days. And then you can use it to make different kinds of joint aching elixirs, I guess, lotions and things. However, is it this size 10 or this size 10? Do you see the problem with ancient recipes? Like it just doesn't work. I do have some coming from some horse chestnut extract coming from, I think it's New Directions Aromatics. They also have it at Making Cosmetics, so there's lots of different cosmeceutical applications. It does interfere with the breakdown of the hyaluronic acid that our body produces, and as you probably already know, hyaluronic acid is what keeps our skin looking young, and that's why we apply the hyaluronic acid that's extracted from various plants to our skin, because it pulls the moisture out from the air from our skin and it makes it look plump and beautiful longer. When we're young, we produce lots of it. When we're older, we produce less, and that's why we get wrinkles. And maybe some cultures produce it for longer because of their diet, or you know, maybe some of the cosmetics that they use. Who knows? But that's neither here nor there. However, the chestnut itself, the extract is shown to counteract the enzyme that breaks down hyaluronic acid on the skin. So I'm really interested in using it in some serums and things. And this I will be making into laundry soap. So I'm going to just blitz this all up in my soap making Vitamix and show you how to make laundry soap with horse chestnuts. Alright, so this is my grinding blade. And we're going to put all these in here. And we're going to grind it up into a powder, hopefully. It'll probably be more like a paste because it's quite moist. And we'll see what we get. And I'm just going to turn things off for a while because you know how noisy it can be. Oh, with the magic of YouTube, it's all done. We blitzed it all up. Look at that. I love this blitzing blade. Alright, so we're going to put this in here. Now I'm going to dry most of this meal in a slow oven for later. And then I will bring you back for the portion that we're going to be using today. Grab a knife or something. I like the Ninja a little better because I don't stick my hand in there with the blades. But my Vitamix sure can grind. Look at that. And I have to say, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Alright, so I'm going to leave a little bit of this in here, and I am going to make enough one batch tonight, and we'll see how it goes. So I'm just going to put a little water in there. Look at that, guys. Saponins. Oh my, let's see what happens. I can't wait. So you're going to have to listen to this. I'm just going to put it down. Alright. That little bit made us some natural laundry soap, which I'm going to add some preservatives to. Buttermint too. Actually, I should probably do a pH test and see. Let's put a little bit of this in a bowl and see what the pH is like. Because you use different preservatives for different pHs. If you didn't know that already, which I'm sure you all did, because you know, a lot of you are soap makers. We know a lot about pH. Now, once you put phenolphthalein or you use one of these little tabs on something, that soap's not something you want to be using. Let's just set that down. Let's see. Alrighty. So, I'm going to take a little bit of this and put it on there. Let's see where this baby, oops, tops out at. It's looking fairly neutral. Well, let's give it a little bit of time. I'm going this way with it. No. No. It's got a neutral pH, so 7. I'm going to use my Buttermint too. It's my favorite one. And upper range is really, really good. So let's just weigh it out. Not going to be exact, but that's okay. It's going to be pretty darn close. I should probably strain that. I will strain that, actually. So 160 grams. And we'll use the appropriate amount. Which I gotta look at. Sorry, if you know how to look it up, why memorize it? And for some reason, it's not on the Voyager bottle. I like a lot of the other brands where they tell you exactly, they remind you what the usage rate is. I think it's 0.1%, but I'm not sure. So I got 160 grams. So I think I'm going to need 1.6 or 0.16. So we'll go see. I'll look that up. All right, so I've had my chestnuts at 170 degrees for several hours now, and until it's like really, really dry, we're not done. This will mold. In fact, if you chop up your nuts and you don't dry them, you're just going to have a moldy mess in a matter of days. So if you dry this, make sure that you dry it completely and you store it in a way that it's not going to trap any moisture in there. So it's completely, it kind of looks like breadcrumbs. So yeah. Or if you do laundry just a couple of times a week, you won't need more than about 11 pounds. And I'll give you the recommended use. I've got a little bit up here. Here's my big mess. This is what I've managed to dry. This looks like granola. And here's my grinding thing. No use cleaning it up till I'm done. I've got buckets still to work off. So anyway, it smells really nice. And that's what I'm using. All right, so here's my dirty laundry. here's my strainer. I'm gonna give my seeds a bit of a shake. And we're just gonna pour about half of that in. Nothing else, just my fragranced chestnuts. All right, and now we're going to start it up. Find my heavy start. And there she goes. I've actually done it already earlier. So here's all my clean laundry here. This was a little batch and it's awesome.